We're going to look after our liver. We're going to help it against all maybe the rich foods or some of those alcoholic beverages. Maybe you're on prescription medications or drugs. We need to look after our liver. It does a lot of the hard work, the dirty work. And this is a product, part one of our today's specials, PC Liver and Brain. Not only are we looking after our liver, we're going to talk about memory and concentration and mental acuity with, of course, the brain side of it as well. Folks, here's where we stand. We have PC Liver and Brain, and we also have liver antioxidants, which is for natural liver protection. So these are two products that really are a dynamic duo. They work hand in hand together. You can buy either or you can buy a bundle, okay? So just quickly to go over the pricing, and then we'll get into why this is so important, not just at this time of the year, but all year long. So for phosphatidylcholine, PC Liver and Brain, there's a 120, 180, 360 or 720. Special sizing because it's the today's special. Fabulous value for money. You're saving actually more than you're spending on that larger size. If I go to the pricing chart for liver antioxidants, it's absolutely the same pricing. If you look up and down the special column, same pricing.
Different size.
Different size, same price. If you happen to buy the bundle, well, you can see right here, you go for the medium size, so it would be 360 of the PC Liver and Brain and 180 of the liver antioxidants. Huge savings. 720 plus the 360 is the largest size. If purchased separately, nearly $310. You're saving $185. That price is remarkable. It's better than a buy one, get one. An amazing opportunity to get something, two things that can make such a difference. Andrew, one time a year we do it. It is our today's special.
And it's our best pricing ever. These are not products that haven't been around for a while. Our phosphatidylcholine has been around for over 30 years. The liver antioxidant extracts for about 15 years. And so it's a big statement when we say best pricing ever. And certainly the bundle is by far best pricing ever. So it's a great opportunity to save. When you look at phosphatidylcholine and the role it plays in our liver and the role it plays in our brain, and again in our liver is the hardest working organ in our body. That goes without saying. And if our liver is not doing its very best, then no other organ in our body is going to be doing its very best, because our liver is doing all the dirty work that ensures that the environment throughout our body remains optimal for our other organs to function well, our heart, our brain. And so when we look at our liver, 2/3 of the membrane, the working membranes in our liver, phosphatidylcholine. So when we talk about PC and phosphatidylcholine, if it were 10 or 20% constituent in our liver, it would be critically important. It's about 2/3. And by the way, it's about 10 or 20% in our brain. So it's critical to our brain, and also in terms of creating acetylcholine, the most important neurotransmitter in our brain. Phosphatidylcholine sounds the same, and that's for good reason. Phosphatidylcholine is a raw material for the creation of acetylcholine. Also a raw material for the creation of sphingomyelin, which protects our brain. So when we look at phosphatidylcholine, again, it's one of those things, I feel like with vitamin D, I have to apologize for how inexpensive it is. Because when you talk about how important it is, most people think things that are important, we've learned over time, they're usually expensive. So phosphatidylcholine, its affordability belies or is inconsistent with how important it is. And our phosphatidylcholine is uniquely absorbable. It's something that we have been working on for decades. So phosphatidylcholine is something that we've worked very hard on to deliver a product that delivers its benefits, doesn't deliver problems, is going to be easy to swallow. And again, at 1 or 2 capsules a day, that's all you need to take. It's pennies a day. It's about a dime a capsule. If all you do is get the phosphatidylcholine, I consider that a liver-changing product, a life-changing product. And again, for your brain. I take 2 capsules a day. Many folks take 1 capsule a day. Liver antioxidant extracts. The sizing is what it is, so you could take 2 capsules of phosphatidylcholine if you choose to, and 1 capsule of liver antioxidant extracts a day. And the role of liver antioxidant extracts, it's a little different. Phosphatidylcholine is raw material. That's building blocks. That's what you need to maintain this organ, that our liver, that uniquely can regenerate itself. No other organ in the body has the capacity for regeneration that the liver does. But if you're going to take advantage of that capacity of regeneration, you need the raw material, phosphatidylcholine, which we typically do not get in our diet in any kind of abundant quantities, unless, of course, you're eating liver or eating brain, which most of us choose not to do. But liver antioxidant extracts, these are the botanicals that directly relate to liver detoxification and supporting the tissue regeneration again. But liver detoxification, the basic work of the liver is toxic.
Right.
It deals with all the dirty chemistry that has to take place in our body. Somebody has to do it. It's the liver, which it kind of makes sense that the liver has this remarkable capacity of regeneration. Also, what's surprising about the liver, it is our largest organ, larger than the brain, heart. It is our largest organ. And at any one point in time, and this is something I've always found remarkable, 1/8 of our entire blood supply is in our liver. Wow. At any one moment in time. So it's remarkable, and the amount of blood that our liver is filtering and processing to remove the chemicals. And not only does the liver, say, process alcohol, process all the drugs we take, whatever environmental pollutants we are inevitably exposed to, so any of the drugs, medicines, all of those things, our liver is also in charge of all sorts of things like cholesterol metabolism, fat metabolism, carbohydrate. We think about carbohydrate, we think about sugar. Again, the liver, and as I said, protein metabolism. So our liver, it truly is, I've always said, it's the James Brown of organs. It's the hardest working organ in our body. So it truly is an organ. And as I always say, I said this over the decades, it's also the Rodney Dangerfield. It's the organ that just doesn't get the respect it deserves. It deserves more respect than any other organ because it's the only reason all those other organs get to enjoy or sort of get to do what they do. Our brain, our heart, our lungs, the organs we're acutely aware of. If we run up a flight of stairs, our lungs and our heart, we're aware of it. If we're thinking or working, we're aware of our brain working. But when it comes to our liver, you could drink a bottle of wine, you're not aware of it. You could take a medication, you're not aware of it. The liver doing all the work in terms of protein metabolism, fat metabolism, cholesterol metabolism, we're oblivious to it. Yet that organ is working harder than any other organ in the body doing literally millions of chemical reactions every moment to keep our internal environment healthy. So that we could live the kind of lives we lead, and we don't really give it the appreciation it deserves.
That right there, everything Andrew just said right there is the reason why you should order this tonight. Because we don't feel it. We don't realize it. We don't really understand how it does the amazing things that it does. But here's what we know. Every day we're challenging it. And as we get into November, December with Thanksgiving and Christmas and everything else, we're challenging it even more with those rich foods, maybe with those alcoholic beverages. Maybe it's every day because of prescription medications that we're on or any type of medicines that we're on. So it's an important moment to shine that spotlight again on why we need to help look after and support our liver. As we grow up, as we grow older, as we really look to make the most of our health, investing in ourselves, it's maybe not the first thing that you thought you'd pick up today, but it's certainly one of the most important things. Andrew just said about the brain. So you talk about the liver and then you talk about the brain. We talk about concentration and memory and mental acuity. These are all things that we all want to encourage and help support. This product does both of them. You have to give this a go. One of the things that I do want to stress, because I don't want you to be confused, we've made this as simple as possible. There is PC liver and brain, which is typically absolutely a major success story here at HSN, as it is right now. And then, of course, there's liver antioxidants, which are for natural liver protection. What Andrew and the team have found is that people want both. So to explain the pricing on the screen and why over 85% of all of our orders are coming in for the bundle, you can do the 360, 180, so 360 of the PC liver and brain, 180 of the liver antioxidants, or the 720 of the PC liver and brain, and the 360 of the liver antioxidants. Here's what you would spend if you were buying them separately, 175 or 310. If you buy them as the bundle, which again is what nearly 90% of all of our customers are doing, you get them for these prices, which is, to Andrew's point, less expensive than it was 30 years ago at about a dime a capsule. Remarkably affordable. And just to really put that in perspective as well, let me just show you right here. If I show you on the PC Liver and Brain, the 720 caps that you're seeing here is $149.90, okay? The 720 caps is $149.90. If I buy the 720 caps here, I'm only paying $124.90, and I'm getting a 360 count of the liver antioxidants. Andrew, whichever way you slice it, the value today is really remarkable.
And it's for products that can make a profound difference, a really profound difference, not just in supporting, because phosphatidylcholine is such a fundamental building block of our liver, and it's not something that we have in abundance in our diet. So phosphatidylcholine, as I said before, it's about 2/3 of the membrane surface area in our liver. And the reason our liver could do so much work in a relatively small area is because the effective membrane surface area in our liver is almost 400,000 square feet. Wow. It's almost 10 acres. And of those 10 acres, about 2/3 of them are phosphatidylcholine. So phosphatidylcholine is critical to the work our liver does. I have some charts, some scientific charts, some quotes from different journals that I thought we'd go through some of them because, and I have probably about 100 of these, but we'll limit it. So here, the findings from 8 double-blind trials and numerous other clinical reports indicate consistently significant clinical benefit, including improvement of enzymatic and other biochemical indicators, faster functional and structural rebuilding of liver tissue, accelerated restoration of subjects' overall well-being, and improved survival following PC treatment, phosphatidylcholine treatment. The best documented clinical success with phosphatidylcholine to date is its significant amelioration, improvement of liver damage, probably because liver recovery following damage requires substantial replacement of cell membrane mass, and phosphatidylcholine is the cell membrane mass. And again, not a drug or medicine, just a building block of a healthy liver. From Nutrition Journal, phosphatidylcholine is a major component of dietary phospholipids and is absorbed well in humans when administered orally. Recent reports have suggested that phosphatidylcholine may play a protective role in liver injury. Findings of the present study also suggest that PC phosphatidylcholine might be useful in the preservation of liver functions.
Wow.
Dietary supplementation with phosphatidylcholine significantly speeds recovery of the liver. Phosphatidylcholine has also been shown to be effective against alcohol's liver toxicity in well-controlled studies. Phosphatidylcholine, the first step is drink less alcohol. Phosphatidylcholine is one of the most important support nutrients for the liver. More than 2 decades of clinical trials indicate that phosphatidylcholine protects the liver against damage from alcohol, pharmaceuticals, pollutant substances, viruses, and other toxic influences, most of which operate by damaging cell membranes. PC's diverse benefits and proven safety indicate that it is a premier liver nutrient. This is now Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience. Now let's look at its benefits for the brain, as if the liver wasn't good enough. Phosphatidylcholine serves a neuroprotective role by providing an essential component of neuronal membranes. Low plasma phosphatidylcholine levels are highly predictive of cognitive decline, meaning that low levels of phosphatidylcholine are predictive of cognitive decline, just what it says. And low levels of important components of phosphatidylcholine are predictive of age-related decline in executive functions, which are the most important functions in our brain. Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience, phosphatidylcholine may help slow or prevent age-related changes in cortical thickness by delivering 2 molecules. We're talking about the cerebral cortex. 2 molecules that are critical for cortical integrity, including choline and long-chain polyunsaturated fatty acids, natural constituents of phosphatidylcholine. Second, the delivery of long-chain polyunsaturated fatty acids may help prevent inflammation in the brain. Third, delivery of choline which is a vital part of phosphatidylcholine, contributes to acetylcholine synthesis, which is the most important neurotransmitter in the brain. In summary, prior research indicates that phosphatidylcholine is highly predictive of age-related cognitive decline, meaning if you don't have it, it's predictive of cognitive decline. If you do, it's predictive of better cognitive function. Cognitive flexibility is an early marker of cognitive decline, amenable to the effects of phosphatidylcholine components. So sorry, I just find these so important. From another scientific journal, several studies suggest that low levels of hepatic, that's liver phosphatidylcholine, in the liver play a role in the development of liver problems. Another study revealed that PC treatment of obese mice fed with high-fat diet alleviated hyperlipidemic, that's fatty liver changes, and development of liver problems. Moreover, in clinical practice, phosphatidylcholine as part of normal diets has been found to be effective as a therapeutic agent. Last one from Nutrients, another medical journal. Taken together, the evidence suggests that an adequate dietary supply of choline and DHA is necessary to maintain plasma and brain PC-DHA levels and may possibly help to slow the onset of cognitive decline with aging.
So much there, such important research analysis from all of these journals, that is important to understand that everything Andrew does is always validated by science. As you can now probably guess, this is not just a Today Special, it's a really important Today Special. It's something that we benefit from our liver that we talked about to our brain. And maybe it was when Andrew talked about those of us that are on prescription medication. Maybe it was when Andrew talked, as we both did, about the time of the year and the foods that we're eating, maybe the drinks that we're consuming. Maybe it's the whole element of the brain side. Again, this amazing phosphatidylcholine that we're not getting every day unless your diet includes things like liver and brains, right? Phosphatidylcholine is so important to help as we get older with mental acuity, with concentration, with memory. You should get this. It's one of the big ones. It's certainly on the Mount Rushmore of important supplements that we have on HSN. As you would imagine, we're busy. I don't want anybody thinking this is a full hour, because it's not. We only have about, well, as you can see, 7 or 8, 9 minutes left before we move to our next Today's Special. We would love for you to order to get yours. Without overwhelming you on the price, most orders, over 90% of them now, are doing the bundle. So there's 2 products. There's phosphatidylcholine that we're talking about, and then I'm going to ask Andrew about liver antioxidants next. But to get the bundle is really the powerhouse. This is the 1-2 punch, the dynamic duo. The bundle here, the medium-sized bundle, would normally cost you $174 and change. $100 off if you get it today. Today it's $74.90. Most people are doing this. $720 plus $360, so $720 of the PC liver and brain and $360 of the liver antioxidants saves you a gigantic amount of money for 1 day only. Instead of $310, it's $125. That saves you $185. So the obvious choice for sure. Andrew, when it comes to liver antioxidants, why should I get the bundle? Why do I need that as well as the PC liver and brain?
Well, it's hard to say need. What I say, the phosphatidylcholine, really easy to say need, because we need phosphatidylcholine. It doesn't work on our liver. It's how our liver works. Right. It's 2/3 of the membrane surface area. So again, phosphatidylcholine, no matter how healthy you are, it just goes without saying. It's like saying, no matter how healthy you are, you need to have calcium in your diet. Right. No matter how healthy you are, you need to have phosphatidylcholine available, and we don't get it from our diet. So that's really the need question. Liver antioxidant extracts, it's sort of the bonus product in terms of detoxification. And that's a key role for our liver, because our liver does the most toxic, dirty work in our body. I have some reviews I'll read in a second, but what's really important to remember, especially with PC, even in the large size of PC, it's about $0.10 a capsule. So 10 cents a capsule, even in the bundle with the more expensive liver antioxidant extracts, I think that ends up being about 11 cents a capsule combined. Yep. So they really are affordable. But the question, and how I look at what I might do with these products, is, are you taking medications? I mean, most of us take a daily medication. Most of us, when you reach my age, the average person is taking about a half a dozen medications every day, the average person. Right. So that's an incredible burden on our liver. Do you drink alcohol? Hopefully it's in moderation, but if you drink alcohol, it's a burden on our liver. Just existence alone, the fact that our liver is in charge of protein metabolism, fat metabolism, cholesterol metabolism, carbohydrate metabolism, even hormone metabolism, the fact that our liver has its hands in all of these processes, we really need to respect the role it plays. And we need to make sure that the basic structural raw material, phosphatidylcholine, as important as it is, if it were instead of a dime a capsule, $1 a capsule, I would still consider it a bargain for what it does. Fortunately, it's not. And even the liver antioxidant extracts, fortunately, that's a bargain. And throughout the year, they're more than twice this price.
Indeed.
So throughout the year, they're a great value. And today, you're saving half. But I was going to read some reviews. We haven't read any reviews, really. I haven't read any reviews at all today. So this has helped my liver count. I had an abnormal liver enzyme count, and my doctor was concerned, so he decided to rerun the tests in 2 months. During those 2 months, I took these 2 supplements for liver health, PC Liver and Brain Benefits and liver antioxidant extracts, the 2 products we're talking about. Well, my doctor and I were both so amazed and pleased that when the liver enzyme tests were repeated in 2 months, the tests came back within the normal range. I've continued to take these supplements now that I know they really work. Thank you for such great products. That's from Arthur in Ohio. Beneficial supplement. I've been taking these for quite a while. I drink up to 2 glasses of wine a day and hope this supplement is helping to support the health of my liver. And 1 to 2 glasses a day, it depends on what you read, that's about the most we want to be doing. Last year, my liver enzyme taste came back perfect. So I give some credit to this product. They caused no issues with my stomach, which is a plus. I would recommend from Peggy in Pennsylvania. Slippery charts. Wow, this is a very eloquent review, I'm sure. Unexpected brain boost. I decided to try this for liver support as I take several prescriptions that can be hard on that organ. I was surprised at an almost immediate change to my memory and focus in that they have sharpened. I was not experiencing any significant problems in those areas, I thought, but the improvement was so noticeable to me that I had to comment. My blood work is routinely good, and I would like to keep it that way. Given the impact I attribute to this product, since it was the only change to my Andrew regimen, I will never be without it. I'm 70 years old and need all the help I can get. We all do. Thank you so much for taking such great care of me. From Sasha in New Jersey. Thank you, Sasha. Liver enzymes are great. My liver enzymes have improved since taking this product. Initially, I started due to bad numbers and having to pay more for a new life insurance policy. At my next physical several months later, my numbers were excellent. I credit this supplement with the improvement. My brain thinks better too. From Bolt in California. That's a great name, Bolt. Yeah. Oh, and that's, by the way, that's just liver antioxidant extracts. Just so you understand, it's not a simple product. So we now, our silymarin, our milk thistle extract, is standardized for a silymarin phospholipid complex because, again, like turmeric and the curcuminoids it contains, when they're complex with lipids, they're more absorbable. So ours is both standardized for silymarin and for total silibins, and both of them are complexed with phospholipids to enhance their absorption. And we've dramatically increased, we've doubled the milk thistle and silymarin in this product, and previously it wasn't standard for silibins. I haven't even mentioned that. So we dramatically improved our liver antioxidant extracts, and it's the best price ever. We also have our curcumin phospholipid complex, 100 milligrams, standardized for curcuminoids, but complexed again with phosphatidylcholine. So you get a bonus of phosphatidylcholine, and then our artichoke extract standardized for cynarin. So both of these products so this is a review of liver antioxidant extracts, but the liver antioxidant extracts is a dramatic change from its predecessor, a dramatic improvement. I'm a believer Like others have written on their reviews, I started taking this when I got an elevated liver enzyme reading on my recent blood test, which was perplexing to me and my doctor. He wanted me back in 30 days for another test. So I started on this supplement a month in advance of taking another blood test, taking at least one per day for a month. And again, like others, I got the wonderful result on my newest blood test showing my liver enzymes now are within normal range. My only guess for the elevated enzymes was a lot of antibiotic use over many months. And that's a typical source of issues: antibiotic use, statin drug use, antidepressant use, even antihypertensive. Most drugs will burden your liver, unfortunately.
Right.
If you're on lots of meds of any kind on a daily basis or on a temporary basis, you owe it to your liver to add this supplement into your regular vitamin regimen. From Joanne in New York.
That says it all. I mean, these are wonderful reviews. They give you some insight into what people are thinking. I can tell you what America's thinking right now, and that is that they love this offer, this opportunity, and the bundle. As we wrap this on up, if you go for the pair, it's like a buy one, get one. It's better than a buy one, get one. It's the lowest price in 30 years, so definitely take advantage of it. $360 plus $180, or the $720 plus $360. Amazing savings, as you can see right there. PC, liver and brain, and the liver antioxidants. Okay, we're gonna head over this way, because this is just one of two big today specials that we have for the day. The next one is one of my all-time favorites, and I'll share with you why in a few moments' time, but let's just get into it first. Ultimate Friendly Flora, healthy gut, healthy body, so many benefits linking to the immune system and the digestive system, the best probiotic that money can buy, in my humble opinion. No need to refrigerate it, completely stable, and for one day only while supplies last. Extraordinary pricing. You know how expensive probiotics can be. When it's like this, backed by science, giving you the most benefits, you cannot beat it. 30, 60, 120, or the larger 240 size. Regular pricing is here. That's what the pricing will be tomorrow. If you're able to order today, that's what the pricing is today. Largest size, which is of course what most people do to keep them going, is $89.90. So you're saving nearly as much as you are spending. There's a lot to get in with this product, Andrew, and for me, this is a no compromise. I have to have this. Ultimate Friendly Flora, this is a powerful blend, right?
Oh, you're saying you have to have this. We all have to have probiotics. We all have to. It's defining of a normal, healthy, functioning digestive system. It is defining of a normal, healthy, functioning immune system. That's inescapable, unavoidable. That is a fact of life for human beings. It's a fact of life for our dogs and cats, but it is a fact of life for us, no avoiding it. And the question is, whether with the food we're eating, which is unfortunately our diet tends to be really sterilized now, whether the food we eat supports and promotes any kind of a rich, balanced probiotic environment. The answer tends to be a resounding no. So the only way we are going to change that balance, that entire complement of probiotics in our body, is by delivering the balance that we seek. And the balance I deliver in this product is a balance based upon the science that discusses the specific species, the specific strains of microorganisms that we desire. The chart I have to my right here shows the breakdown of the product. And the reason why, if you look at the chart, there's a little symbol that has greater than, is because we want to make sure, even if you don't take care of the friendly flora in this bottle, even if you expose it to too much humidity and too much heat, we want to make sure you still get your 25 billion. So when we make this product, there's well over 30 billion when we formulate this product. So, and again, we specifically use strains that are stable in the bottle, and we've learned this after more than a quarter of century of making this product, and probably about 40 years of researching this product. But we have a specific strain of our Lactobacillus acidophilus, which is LA14, over 10 billion colony-forming units. Then Lactobacillus plantarum, that's LP115, over 5 billion colony-forming units. And if you notice, there's been subtle changes since the last time you saw this product. So we've been doing a few years of research where we made some significant changes. Then it's Lactobacillus paracasei, which is over 5 billion colony-forming units. And then Bifidobacterium lactis, a blend of 2 different strains, HN019 and BLO4. So that's over 5 billion colony-forming units. So that's the attention to detail that went into the creation of the product. And again, it's typical of my products, the full disclosure that you see on the label, so you know exactly what you're getting. And again, as Adam was saying before, that these are, it's something, and I often say say about phosphatidylcholine, I say it's not something that works on your body, it's something your body needs to work because it's part of your liver. But these are actually foreign organisms. It sounds strange, but these are friendly organisms. These are friendly, beneficial bacteria. In fact, friendly bacteria is what helps our body keep out the unfriendly bacteria, the things that we don't want to get in. That's why the friendly flora is an integral and a critical part of healthy immune system function. You know, we don't have a choice in this matter. That we are human beings, but part of how human beings were designed to live healthily in this world is with all of these organisms living within us. These friendly organisms, hopefully friendly organisms living within us. And to such an extent that as many cells as we have in our body, there are more organisms than you have cells in your body. If you have a healthy probiotic environment and you choose those organisms carefully because they outnumber your own cells. So don't you want to be the person making that choice and not some random choice from a less than adequate food supply? So that's what this product is all about. A fascinating other study that I spoke about a few months ago that I found one of the most surprising studies I've ever read, that when scientists and researchers used our genetics, and obviously they've mapped the human genome, they know so much about our genetic predispositions and things like that, and using our own genetics to try to predict our risk of illness and our longevity, that using the genome, the genetics of the probiotic organisms in our body was a more predictive index of our risk of disease and our longevity than our own genetics. Wow. So knowing that, don't you want to be the person making the choice of the probiotic organisms that are going to be populating your body? And don't you want the choice to be based upon the science and the observation of what is associated with a better functioning digestive system, with a better functioning immune system, with a better functioning nervous system?
We just simply don't have enough time to go through what is a myriad of extraordinary benefits. And I think testament to that is the extraordinary numbers of folks that we have calling in right now. We are very, very busy. If you go online at hsn.com, you can certainly beat the rush. If you call us on the toll-free number, our wonderfully talented team are going to get to you within seconds. But don't miss this opportunity. We all know, certainly, or we've heard about the importance of probiotics. We know that they can be of all different styles, as it were. This one needs no babying. You don't need to refrigerate this. It's easy and powerful. It's potent and gentle. It gives our body what it so desperately craves. I want to quickly read to you the reason why I originally, because all of this information is valuable. But Andrew said something when I first started working with him 3-4 years ago, 5 years ago now, and I have it on this card. I copied it down. Andrew, on that conversation we originally had, you had talked specifically about those of us that were taking antacids or proton pump inhibitors, and you were talking to me, really. I was taking every word of it in about how it can upset the pH in our stomach, and it makes it challenging for those of us that are on those types of medications. Makes it challenging for friendly flora to populate. The minute you talked about PPIs and, of course, antacids, that was everything I needed to hear. You convinced me in that moment that I needed this, and I have never, ever stopped taking it since that day.
And again, so many of us, and you know, acid reflux, interesting. That's a whole, I could spend hours just discussing that. But acid reflux is something that we then end up popping like candy, things like Nexium or Prilosec, these proton pump inhibitors, which are incredibly effective. They drastically change gastric pH. When you drastically change gastric pH, it would be like someone coming into your house in summer and turning the heat on, or someone coming into your house in the winter and turning the air conditioning on. Everybody's going to want to leave the house.
Right.
It becomes a really inhospitable environment. And our probiotics, our friendly flora, are tremendously pH sensitive. So those drugs, which you think about as being innocuous and harmless, they're anything but. If you could follow your doctor's orders and change your diet, do different things, they'd be great to be able to eliminate those with the assistance of your doctor. So it's not like popping candy. And then, of course, antibiotics. Antibiotics not only can affect the probiotics, they can absolutely wipe them out. There's no probiotic environment that's going to survive intact with antibiotics. So if you have to take antibiotics occasionally, consistently or frequently, you need to focus on probiotics. It doesn't have to be mine, but make sure you get a product that, especially with so many of us buying things by directly as you're buying it here online and things like that, it has to be a product that the maker of that product is experienced in offering a product that doesn't require refrigeration. That was my goal for 40 years. It took me, from when we started, it took me almost 20 years to accomplish that goal, and we've had this product for about 20 years. But it was a difficult goal to accomplish because most strains are not going to survive well and thrive without refrigeration. This does. This is designed for that. So this is designed around real life. So again, these are organisms. We don't have any choice about their necessity. The question is whether we're getting an adequate complement, an adequate balance from our diet. And for most of us, the answer is a resounding no, not just because of the challenges of our diet, because we don't have adequate fiber, which is critical for a healthy probiotic environment, but because we also have to take certain medications. We have all sorts of other challenges. And this is a way to ensure that you select these all-important organisms to meet the science and the balance that's going to deliver the healthy digestive support, immune system support that we all want.
It's investing in ourselves. And again, pretty quick presentations tonight, only about 10 minutes left if you'd like to jump on in, and then we'll do a kind of recap and review of our today's specials. But the pricing is the best of the entire year. Tomorrow, the pricing goes back up to what you see here in this column. Again, very competitive, worth every single penny. But if you're able to order it today, the economies of scale, the fact that we're able to do so many, we're able to bring the price down to what is remarkably priced at $89.90 for the 240 caps, saving nearly as much as you're spending. It's powerful, it's potent, it's gentle, but it's the right strains, right? It's giving our body what it so desperately needs and craves, but it's doing it in the best possible way. It's easy to say that Andrew's products are the best in the world. For those of us that use Andrew's products, I know we say it all the time, but they are the best products in the world. And probiotic products, Andrew, can be really very pricey, very expensive.
Well, some of the reviews we have talk about how much more affordable mine is versus others. And then probiotics, some of the claims you see. I mean, I look at some commercials on television, and I think they're selling a drug or a medicine. Right. When you look at some of the claims they make. You know, I try to represent fairly the role that a probiotic plays. It's not a drug or a treatment for digestive issues or digestive problems. Probiotics are an integral part of healthy digestion, an integral part, as I said before, of healthy immune system function. But we have to be realistic about the role they play. And again, if you're someone who occasionally deals with issues, digestive issues, then a good probiotic is a very good idea. Because again, probiotics, these are these organisms that live in our digestive system. Just in our colon, there are more organisms in our colon than we have cells in our body, just in our colon. And mind you, all of the openings of our body have to be appropriately populated with probiotic organisms because that's an integral part of our immune system. Our body wants to protect those openings in our body. So again, probiotics are critical. I think women often have a better sense of their importance than men do, because when women might take antibiotics, they see natural consequences to the taking of those antibiotics when that when that antibiotic disrupts the probiotic, the microbiome, as they call it, the environment in their genitourinary tract. And so women have seen that firsthand. So probiotics are a critical part of not just our digestive system, but throughout our body, how our body protects itself. So again, I'd rather be the person making the choice of what I put in my body rather than it coming from sort of a rather random food supply that for the most part, our food supply has been so sterilized to avoid the risk of pathogenic bacteria that the food supply no longer contains the natural probiotics that we'd find in those foods. The one foods we do see is, say, fermented foods. Say if you're eating yogurt or kimchi or things like that. But again, those foods, there's no declaration, as you get in my product, a specific declaration of the actual strains, the actual species of organisms we're talking about, and actual quantity. So you understand the quality, the quantity. But again, I'm someone who, the yogurt I love, I often talk about this. I'm not a big fan of cow's yogurt, but I am a huge fan of sheep's yogurt, unsweetened sheep's yogurt. It's just delicious. So for me, that is my favorite fermented food.
Sheep's yogurt. Now, do you get a flavor? Is there a flavor, or is it just a neutral flavor?
I get it unflavored without sweetener. So if I am going to flavor it, my way of flavoring it is I take a couple of little like 8-ounce things, I put it in the blender, I throw in some berries, throw in some blueberries, I throw in some raspberries or strawberries, and that is the best yogurt you will ever taste.
Okay, that's my...
I'm salivated even thinking about it.
I'll do that, Andrew. This week I'm going to try sheep's yogurt just for you, and I'll report back if I'm as big a fan.
It's amazing because it doesn't have the sort of acidity. It's much milder, and for a lot of people who have difficulty digesting cow's milk, and I digress here, sheep's milk and sheep's yogurt is just a wonderful thing. And as I said, it's much, much milder. So you put a little bit of fruit in it. You can put any fruit. You could put peaches in, whatever you want, and just blend it up. You could blend it with a spoon or put it in a blender, and it's amazing.
All of a sudden there'll be a rush on sheep's yogurt up and down the country because of Andrew Lessman. Folks, we love talking about this. It's our ultimate friendly flora. We'd love for you to try it. It is so important, so beneficial. It's powerful and potent. It all comes from Andrew's facility in Henderson, Nevada, all powered by sun, an amazing place. And I want to stress that, Andrew, because your products are from beginning, from ground up, to, you know, the minute they arrive at our homes, it's the best possible manufacturing processes and, of course, ingredients.
What's interesting is there's a handful of companies in America, and this handful of companies manufactures like most of the big brands you know. So I think 80–90% of the vitamins you see in stores and you see out in the marketplace are contract manufactured, meaning the brand didn't invest in making it themselves. They just send it out to bid to be manufactured for them by somebody else. The reason and how we go about making our products, even our probiotic, we use a special capsule in our probiotic to protect it. I never even talk about this, to protect it from stomach acid. It also protects it when it's in the jar, in the container. So we do so many things to ensure that our products are different. And that's only because we make everything ourselves. From start to finish, every product we've talked about in the last hour and a half, every single product is something we make, something we formulated, something we tested. How do we go about knowing that our probiotic product is going to be stable? Because we put them together in our laboratory and we test them, we beat them up. We expose them to high humidity, we expose them to high temperature, and if they degrade, it's an ingredient we can't use. So it's not something like we put together and we hope and pray that it's going to work. This is something that we put together, and we put years of work into making sure, confirming that it's going to work and deliver its benefits. So the great reviews on all of these products, I think pretty much every product was 4.6 or 4.7 stars in the last 2 hours. The great reviews aren't a coincidence. The great reviews are a result of a lot of very, very hard work. We don't rely on a contract manufacturer. You know, I invested a long time ago in becoming a manufacturer. And why do most companies not do that? Because it's really difficult. So they'd rather delegate it to someone else. But the only way you can make an exceptional product is if you don't rely on someone else. You do it yourself. So every single product you've seen, our probiotic, our PC liver and brain, everything is something we put together ourselves, uniquely. And so that's what's your assurance that they're made differently. And just the fact that when we make our products take a lot of energy to make. And I saw how much energy, and we were in Henderson, Nevada, a lot of sunlight. I figured we're going to use the power of the sun. Little did I know that despite our having hundreds of thousands of square feet of warehouse space and production space and office space, we use no energy except the energy of the sun. Our parking lot is covered with solar panels. Our roof is covered with solar panels. Even that's our newer building in the front. We still have space. If we need more power, we add more solar panels. We won't be calling the power company. We'll add more solar panels. So we're environmentally responsible. And even if you don't care about climate change and you just care about pollution, when you burn coal or you burn oil, it generates pollution. We don't need to do any of that, because when we make our products, the products are 100% pure and additive free. The process is also going to be pure. And that's the only responsible way that I could go about making products.
Over 1,400 perfect 5-star reviews, and those reviews are very compelling, I have to tell you. If you get a chance to read some, certainly on hsn.com, I think you'll be just amazed at what people have to say. Not just me, but certainly so many folks who have tried it. Today is your day to try it and feel the difference it can make for you. 30 through the 240, special pricing for 1 day only. It is affordable. You don't need to refrigerate it. It is the strains that are used, that Andrew's using, give you the maximum benefits. We always say that if we're gonna take something, if we're gonna do something, let's get the most from it. And with this, you do. Again, for me, this is a non-negotiable. I would never be without it. I take it every single day and I've loved it. It's made a huge impact for me. Again, calling out to anybody out there that takes antacids or proton pump inhibitors. You know, you think about certainly what you're doing to help assist. This is something I personally definitely recommend.
And I know a lot of folks who, and I hear about it all the time, who have to take antibiotics often, whether it might be for digestive issues. Often they have to take antibiotics for things like SIBO or things like that. And those antibiotics, you know, wreak havoc on our digestive system. But again, probiotics are something that we need to pay careful attention to, because it's part of our digestive function. We want to choose that complement. We want to choose it carefully, and we want to maintain a healthy balance. But I thought we'd read some reviews here, and then we'll just finish the last 5 minutes. We'll go back to PC liver and brain and liver antioxidant extracts. But and again, this is a product that about 85% of the reviews are 5-star reviews. Can't live without this. I absolutely can't live without Ultimate Friendly Flora. I've been taking this since 2015. How many people stick with a probiotic or any product for 5 years and have not had any stomach issues since? I was always bloated, could not eat certain things, and always felt awful. I went through many tests for my constant bloating and an upset stomach, and they could not find anything wrong. I started taking this and haven't had a problem since. I ran out last year doing a move and had to wait to order. I went about 2 weeks without it, and the issues started to come back. I will never be without it again. I bought enough to last 2 years. Thank you, Andrew, for such a great product, along with the many other vitamins of yours that I take. Wow, that's amazing. The best probiotic. I just received this bottle shortly after Andrew Lessman's recent airing. This is the best probiotic out there on the market. I just visited my doctor again, and he took another scraping and viewed it under a microscope. He said he saw very good germs. He is always impressed with the good germs. He only says this when I'm using this product. I ordered him a small bottle as a Christmas present. Thank you for such a great product. That's from Marie in Illinois. As they say, seeing is believing. Right. Good product, cheaper than at drugstores. My husband has to use a probiotic due to ongoing antibiotic use. We used to go to the drugstore and pay $27 to $29 for a month's supply of probiotics. For what we're talking about here today, 240 capsules are $89.90. So that's an 8-month supply. Right. He wanted a wide variety of strains as well as a high quantity. We tried Ultimate Friendly Flora when we were ordering Andrew Lessman's Turmeric 400. He loves it. This 180 count bottle actually saves us so much money. Can't go wrong with this product. We'll do a couple more. Probiotics are important. As my husband and I are over 55, I believe probiotics are important, especially for my husband, as he has lymphoma and has received chemotherapy. Everything seems to be better regulated when we take probiotics. There are no indigestion complaints and no feelings of nausea after meals. We still eat yogurt and drink kefir, but it is difficult to consume enough to be effective every day. With the addition of Ultimate Friendly Flora, I feel confident we are getting what we need. This works. I love how eloquent these reviews are. My husband had a total hip replacement and is now awaiting knee surgery. He is in bed 75% of the time and is on pretty strong pain medications, which also affect constipation, and he had bowel movements once a week. There we go, if he was lucky. Laxatives gave him cramps and discomfort, and laxatives greatly affect probiotics. And then I saw Andrew Lessman speak about this product, the answer to our prayers. 1 capsule each day, and my husband is back on track. I also took these while undergoing chemo. It was much easier in my intestines than laxatives, and healthier too. Thank you, Andrew Lessman, for a great product. Check with your doctor first, of course, but this product works great for us, always keeping these on hand for our daily regimen. We take several of your vitamins also. That's impressive. It's great that the reviews are written almost, knowing that I read them, which I do. But, and again, I wish I could say that we human beings can exist totally on our own and independent from the world around us. But whether you like it or not, you're going to have, if you're healthy, you're going to have more probiotic organisms living inside you, more of these friendly organisms living inside you than you have cells that make up you, that comprise you. So it's, again, it's just a simple question. Do you want to be affirmatively making the decision of that composition, or are you going to be relying on our food supply, our sterilized food supply, our sterilized environment, and the drugs and medicines we take?
As it says in the graphics, unsurpassed immune and digestive support. It's our Ultimate Friendly Flora today's special. Thank you for shopping with us on this one. Best pricing of the entire year is right now. We're going to head over this way for a quick recap of our other today's special, which of course also thousands and thousands ordered and reserved. The only day this year where you get PC liver and brain or liver antioxidants or the bundle of the two together at really remarkable pricing, less expensive than it was 30 years ago, more powerful, more effective than it was 30 years ago as well. We're excited about this. I'll quickly go over the price, then we'll dive into it. We're going to talk about our liver and why we've got to look after it, all the work that it does with our rich foods at this time of year, maybe alcoholic drinks, and certainly prescription drugs. And we'll talk about brain, from memory to mental acuity, it's vital. Here's the pricing on phosphatidylcholine. This is really the key right here, this ingredient, as it were. 120, 180, 360 or 720. This size unique to today, $74 saves you $75 compared to the regular price. Same pricing, different sizing if you go for the liver antioxidants. This is for natural liver protection, but as we discovered, most people are doing this, which is the bundles. The medium-sized bundle or the large size bundle. So this, for example, is 720 of the PC liver and brain and 360 of the liver and antioxidants. Better than a buy one, get one. More than 50% off. $309 and change down to $124.90 is amazing. And Andrew, an important conversation, important topic. The liver does a lot of work like we discussed. Most of us don't even know it's working for us.
It's an understatement to say it does a lot of work. It is without question the hardest working organ in our body. If we define what each organ in our body does, it's usually pretty straightforward. What our lungs do, what our heart does, what our brain does. With our liver, it would take a couple of hours to explain what our liver does, because it's more than, say, many people say, it purifies if we take alcohol, it's going to break down the alcohol from whatever alcohol to acetaldehyde. And by the way, acetaldehyde is more toxic than alcohol. So the first step in metabolizing alcohol creates something even more toxic, which if you drink too much, or your liver is a little distracted, what ends up happening is you build up acetaldehyde, which is even more toxic than alcohol. And some drugs affect how well acetaldehyde dehydrogenase works, which is the enzyme that breaks down acetaldehyde. So your liver's doing a lot of dirty work, and most people summarize it with alcohol. That's it. But no, your liver is also sort of in charge of cholesterol metabolism. And when we take those cholesterol-lowering drugs, that's why it has a significant impact, and not necessarily a good one, on our liver, which is why we should test our liver enzymes and to know how they're doing. But our liver is also in charge of and dealing with protein metabolism. And protein metabolism is very complex. Protein metabolism involves dealing with nitrogen and sulfur and molecules and atoms that could be elements that could be problematic. So liver deals with hormone metabolism. So, and we could spend hours talking about each of these processes and all of the complex chemistry, some of it quite elegant, that deals with the metabolism in our liver. So again, it's something that we have to pay really careful attention to. And when we talk about our liver and all of the things that our liver does, it's dealing with toxic work and toxic byproducts of that work. So we really have to make sure that we give our liver the tools it needs to maintain itself, to repair itself, and that's phosphatidylcholine. Because phosphatidylcholine is basically 2/3 of what our liver is made of. And then our liver antioxidant extracts, those are the components that can help to do the detoxification work of our liver. So again, when we talk about even just our PC liver and brain, when we talk about our PC liver and brain, and we talk about, say, a 360 capsule supply, that could be a year's supply, and it's basically, what is that, about $4 a month? Sure. If you got the large 720 capsule supply, it ends up being about $3 a month. If you were taking 1 capsule a day, and it's $6 a month if you were taking 2. So these are incredibly affordable products for really an issue that we all need to pay careful attention to.
It is our PC liver and brain. And again, you talk about the liver, that's one part of it. And then you talk about the brain. Andrew, just for our final few moments here, so important as well, so many benefits.
Right. When we talk about the normal changes we will all experience, all of us without exception, in terms of memory, concentration, mental acuity, phosphatidylcholine being the principal phospholipid in our brain, also choline to support the synthesis of acetylcholine. You don't get any more directly impactful on the brain itself, and it has been observed to help with those mild normal changes that occur in memory, concentration, mental acuity with age. So you take your pick. It's going to help you in either or both areas.
It's our PC liver and brain, our today's special. Again, the bundle is the most popular, saving you by far the most amount of money. Our other today's special, just before we say goodnight to Andrew, is of course our Ultimate Friendly Flora, so popular. Andrew, in our final couple of minutes, I wanted to quickly ask you about the importance on the label of 25 billion CFU. Why does that make a difference versus, let's say, 10 billion CFU?
Well, what's funny is my first product was 5 million, then 50 million, then 100 million, 500 million, a billion, and our regular friendly flora is 10 billion. So 25 billion is 25 billion. That's what is it, more than 3 times the number of people on the planet. And that's how many organisms you get in each capsule. And mind you, when we produce the product, because it might not be at home, we might not take care of it as well as we should, we make sure that we put over 30 billion colony-forming units in each capsule. So no matter how you handle the product, you're assured of getting more than the label potency. That's something that we've always taken great care to do. But 25 billion is a serious amount. It's the right amount to be delivering. For a lot of folks, if this is challenging on your budget, even a capsule every other day, even a capsule twice a week, 2 capsules twice a week, that's still going to make a profound difference. I take 1 capsule daily, and at that level, you're getting more than you need, more than enough.
The best probiotic, no refrigeration needed, so important. Healthy gut, healthy body. Stories and messages that will continue throughout the day. Andrew, back at noon Eastern, I believe?
Noon Eastern time tomorrow. So yes, we'll see everybody with, and the today's specials, I know the large size of PC liver and brain, always ask about quantity. That's running ahead of schedule, the large sizes on both.
Take advantage where you can. Andrew, thank you so much. Love to Muriel and of course Lincoln and Marcel, and we'll see you throughout the day, my friend. Thank you so much.
They'll be here tomorrow. See you.
Bye, Andrew. Thank you for tuning in and watching us. More from Andrew Lessman throughout the night here on HSN.
Come with us on a journey to Greece and discover innovative beauty solutions that are time-tested. Powered by the Greek flora, Carez harnesses a wealth of plant species that exist only in Greece. We handpick our Greek botanicals and extract them in our own labs. By combining the best of nature with science, Carez delivers powerful results in each product. Immerse yourself in the beauty of Carez on HSN and hsn.com.
I found it in Peru, China, Morocco, an amethyst mine in the middle of nowhere. Every day's a new adventure. We go right to the mines. You can actually show people, okay, this is how it all starts. And every rough material you get is like opening a Christmas present. You're able to sculpt it, make it into something that's really unique, very special, very limited. And I think that that's what people love. They know the history of it.